So we're going to talk about the properties of matter. So every substance has its own unique properties that we use to describe it. So properties are divided into two categories. They're either physical properties or they're chemical properties. Physical properties are ones we describe with our senses. So we don't change the substance at all in order to observe them. We're just going to observe with our senses and determine its physical properties. Chemical properties, however, can only be observed during a chemical reaction. So physical properties can be things like color, shape, odor. So what color it is, what shape it is, what it smells like. Magnetism, whether or not it's magnetic. Hardness, we actually measure this on what's called the Mohs hardness scale. Diamond is the hardest substance on Earth. So hardness is literally going to be how hard is it. Texture can be rough, smooth, bumpy, etc. Luster, this is an object's ability to reflect light. So if something is shiny, it has a high luster. It is very lustrous. All right, malleability is how easily something is shaped or formed. So think Play-Doh. And then mass is the amount of material inside of an object. So an object's mass is how much stuff is inside it. So characteristic properties, these are special physical properties. Characteristic properties are physical properties that do not change based on amount. So this is a physical property that does not change based on the amount of a substance we have. So no matter what I have, how many gallons or ounces or buckets or school buildings worth of a substance I have, these characteristics are always going to remain the same. So because they're always going to remain the same, we can use them to identify unknown substances, because no matter how much there is of that characteristic property is going to be unique to that substance and is going to be the same regardless of amount. So density is going to be one. So density is the mass over volume, right? So this is our density formula right here. So this is how much stuff is in it divided by how much space it takes up. So mass over volume. So it's measured in grams per milliliter or grams per centimeter cubed. State change temperatures are the temperature at which substance changes state of matter. So boiling point, freezing point, and melting point. So when it changes state of matter from solid, liquid, and gas, that's going to be a state change temperature, which is a characteristic property as well. Chemical properties can only be observed by changing the substance. So these are going to be things that we can only observe it during a chemical reaction. So flammability, how easily it catches on fire. Oxidation is whether or not it's going to react with oxygen. pH is how acidic or basic something is. This is measured on a scale of 0 to 14, with a 14 being very basic, like bleach, and 0 being very acidic, like lemon juice. Water is right in the middle, it's neutral. It's got a pH of 7. And then reactivity is how easily it's going to react to something. So there are several ways that we'll see changes in matter. So changes in matter, just like properties of matter, are going to be physical or chemical. So physical changes change the physical properties of a substance. So they're going to change size, odor, color, luster. So tearing paper, dyeing food, breaking glass, or melting ice. And chemical is actually going to take place, chemical changes take place during a chemical reaction, which is going to form a brand new substance. So burning wood, cooking an egg, or a bike rusting, these are all brand new substances at the end of that change. So if a chemical reaction happens,